Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Lee, back bringing some more daily NBA news. And I noticed a lot of people in the comment section yesterday saying not to change the show, not to do anything different, don't overcrowd the screen, the sidebar and stuff is cool, but don't try and do too much. So you know what, I agree with you guys. So I'm just gonna, try and make little refinements here and there, not like adding anything else major right now at least, but just little changes that you might not even notice, but they will be there, and overall they'll just help improve the quality of the video. So thank you for all your feedback, and also thank you for coming back once again. You guys are the real MVP. Seriously, can't thank you enough. And hey, if you are new here, if this is your first time, then welcome. So glad you could join us. You guys are also greatly appreciated, but make sure you smack that sub button and hit the bell as well so you can stay up to date with everything that goes on in the NBA on a daily basis. But now let's take a look at everything that is going on in the NBA. But first, a quick word about this video sponsor, athleticcases.com. Basketball, baseball, football, or soccer, no matter what the sport, you guys can rock your favorite player on the back of your phone. Use the promo code ZachLee for 10% off your orders. Links are in the description box below. For our first story, and this is probably one of the more intriguing stories that I have heard in a while, as we are getting reports that the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Toronto Raptors could be thinking about doing a possible DeMar DeRozan Andrew Wiggins swap. One name brought up often in the recent days has been Toronto's DeMar DeRozan, who could become available should the Raptors look to make wholesale changes following a third straight loss to LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference playoffs. And that is according to John Krasinski of The Athletic. DeMar DeRozan for Andrew Wiggins. Of course, this will be an absolutely huge trade. There have already been plenty of other sites, sources, articles claiming the same thing, that this is something that we could expect to go, maybe not expect, but that could happen this summer. As for the reasoning why this would happen, they all also say the exact same thing. Essentially, the Wolves are looking to move Andrew Wiggins because he's not happy on the team. He's already voiced his frustrations back earlier in the regular season. So the Wolves would prefer to move him for a veteran scorer, since we all know how much Tom Thibodeau loves his veteran. And DeMar DeRozan is a veteran scorer. As for the Raptors, headlines already broke last week saying that the Toronto Raptors had explored a DeMar DeRozan trade last offseason, and they are expected to do the same thing, not just with him, but with everyone on the roster once again this summer. And for them, Andrew Wiggins is like the hometown kid. And a few people have been drawing similarities between Andrew Wiggins and a younger DeMar DeRozan, since DeRozan never really became a star in the league until his 5th season. And Wiggins has a similar skill set to DeMar DeRozan when he was younger, with his athleticism, how much he loves the mid-range game, and his real lack of an outside shot. So this is something that could possibly go down this summer if both teams feel like they need to mix things up a little bit. Next up in the news, we are getting reports that the New York Knicks have the hots for Trey Young, and also the same thing the other way around too, that Trey Young would love playing in Madison Square Garden, as Trey Young's father came out and said this yesterday about the possibility of his son being drafted by the New York Knicks. That's what Trey lives for. He lives for that type of stuff. Just think about it. He's probably the most talked about, most publicized kid in this draft, and he's been through it all. Trey's been scrutinized to the point where he has thick skin. None of that stuff is going to bother him. And according to someone with league sources, the Knicks are also very fond of Trey Young as well. Multiple league sources told me the Knicks have the hots for the Oklahoma point guard, so interest is mutual. It's easy to understand why. Young is an ideal fit alongside Frank Ntilikina, whom the Knicks view as a two-guard who can occasionally run the offense. Ntilikina could space the floor and allow Young to work his magic on the ball. Conversely, Young could run a race through screens off the ball to get wide open threes, while Ntilikina initiates the offense. It'd be a perfect pairing to ease the workload on Kristaps Porzingis. So while the Knicks are reportedly interested in Trey Young, remember that we also got reports not too long ago saying similar things about Michael Porter Jr. But the Knicks, like most of us, must know the odds of Michael Porter Jr. falling all the way to them at number 9, past Chicago, past Cleveland, are slim to none. So for them, Trey Young might just be the next best option, and the Knicks are always a team that likes to make home run draft picks, and Trey Young could be another swing for one of those home run draft picks. Hold the phone. So you know how I just said that I would be surprised if Michael Porter Jr. made it past Chicago? Well, it turns out if Chicago had their pick in the draft and Michael Porter Jr. was still on the board, they might be looking at passing up Michael Porter Jr., as we are getting huge reports that the Chicago Bulls just promised Chandler Hutchinson that they would draft him in the first round. Hutchinson pulled out of participating in events in the NBA Combine because the Bulls promised to take him number 22 overall. And of course, since he plays the same position as Michael Porter Jr., the Chicago Bulls will be looking more towards getting a big man to play alongside Lauri Markkanen than another wing player. And the article also went on to say that Hutchinson probably would have been a top 10 pick in the draft this year had he chosen to play for a bigger program instead of Boise State, where he still averaged 20 points, just under 8 rebounds, and 3.5 assists per game during his senior season. So now it just comes down to whether or not Hutchinson will still be available when the Bulls have their second first-round pick at number 22. If some other team decides, you know what, let's screw with Chicago. They came out a month before the NBA draft saying they were going to take this guy. They must see something in him. So you know what? You come over here, you with us now. Sorry, Chicago. For our next story, we have gotten reports this morning that the Dallas Mavericks are expected to go after all the big name free agent big men this summer, as multiple league sources have said this. There have also been rumblings that Dallas front office will look to make additions this summer that can put the team back on a winning track. The Mavericks can create cap space to sign a max free agent, and multiple league sources expect them to pursue a trio of big men: DeAndre Jordan, DeMarcus Cousins, and restricted free agent Julius Randle. Of course, this isn't the first time that the Dallas Mavericks have been linked to DeAndre Jordan. A few years back, Dallas and DJ actually agreed to a deal before DJ got cold feet and decided to stay with the LA Clippers. And this also isn't the first time that they've been linked to Julius Randle, as we got reports around the trade deadline saying that the Dallas Mavericks had their eyes on Julius Randle. I do fully expect the Dallas Mavericks to also go after these three big men this summer. I've been trying to land a premier big man for a very long time, but what this could tell us is that the Dallas Mavericks are looking away from drafting a big man with their 5th pick in the NBA draft this year. A lot of mock drafts had them selecting Mo Bamba, but it might turn out that they'd rather have a more veteran, experienced big man instead of going with a rookie. And for our final story of the day, Game 3 between the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors went down yesterday, and it wasn't even close. 126-85, the Warriors win. Steph Curry exploding for a game-high 35 points, with 26 of them coming in the second half. I mean, he was absolutely amazing, and you know, there really isn't much else to say about this game. Draymond said the Warriors were going to take care of business after they lost Game 2, and that's exactly what they did. Speaking of Draymond Green though, interesting moment before the game as Charles Barkley, the guy who said not too long ago that he'd love to punch Draymond Green in the face.
I just want somebody to punch him in the face.
Which one? American Express halftime report.
I really do. I just want somebody to punch him in the face.
Why you don't like Draymond? Yo, Jay in
I
Atlanta.
want to punch him in the face.
Why you
so
don't like
bad.
Draymond?
I'm just telling you, I want to punch his ass in the face. I do.
Why?
Relax,
what
Chuck.
makes you upset?
You asked me a question. I gave you a question.
I'm not asking.
Shortly before he apologized for saying that he liked to punch Draymond Green in the face,
I apologize to Draymond Green and his mom. Listen.
Why his mom?
Well, because she
also
I've heard she tweeted.
Oh.
So, you know, Ernie, what I said was inappropriate. I would never punch an NBA player. I meant what I said. But I would never punch an NBA player. Draymond Green's a good player. I think he's a nice kid. I wish him nothing but the best. But what I said was inappropriate.
looked to rekindle his beef with Draymond Green before the game yesterday, as he was talking with Kevin Durant, and during their conversation, he asked KD on live TV if Draymond Green is as annoying off the camera as he is on the camera, and KD absolutely shut him down with his response.
Is Draymond Green as annoying in person as he is on television?
Annoying to who?
You should go talk to him downstairs.
Yeah,
He ain't
I'm saying, is he annoying? I mean, you're around him every day. He's
That's what he
annoying
gonna
on
do.
television.
What annoys you about a Draymond?
He gonna apologize to
I don't
him.
understand.
Yeah,
man.
I
That's all
mean,
he gonna do.
downstairs, you can go ask
Yeah,
him.
go ask him, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
They should have done it. They really should have allowed this. They should have gotten the camera crew and everything, headed downstairs, and let Draymond Green and Charles Barkley have a nice long conversation. The ratings would have been through the roof. Anyways, that is going to lead us to the question of the day. How would you guys feel about a possible DeMar DeRozan for Andrew Wiggins swap? Would you love it? Would you hate it? Let me know down in the comment section below. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more daily NBA news. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see all of you right back here tomorrow. But until then, keep getting the buckets, Team SEC, and I'm out of here. Peace.